Joe Schoen, you're up. I shouldn't laugh. It's just another lost season for the Giants. He's still there as the general manager of the New York Giants because they believe in his roster-making ability and what he did with the Buffalo Bills. That's why they brought him and Daboll together, as we know. That package deal did not work out. Daboll is gone. Schoen is there, and the owners have essentially said he's staying to choose the next head coach, who currently is right now, interim-wise, Mike Kafka, who is doing his best to discipline Abdul Carter every other week these days, it seems, and keeping Jackson Dart healthy, which is something Daboll wound up, in essence, eating it over. Joe Schoen had an interesting presser in the New York metropolitan area yesterday.
2 wins is not where we want to be right now. It's not good enough. I understand the frustration from fans, ownership, the people inside the building, and nobody's more frustrated than myself. And it starts with me, and I'm tasked with trying to get this organization going back in the proper direction.
You and Brian Daboll came in and worked as a collaborative pairing. So why is he held accountable for the results after 4 years, but you are not?
Yeah, I understand the question there too, Pat. And again, I'm equally as, my hand's in it just like Brian's is. And ownership made a decision to move on. And again, I'm going to do control what I can control, and that's support Kafka moving forward. And again, I wish Dave's nothing but the best. And we're going to do everything we can to get this franchise back to where it should be.
What a tough question.
Whew.
The only thing I could equate it to is frequently when I upset Susie and she'll look at me and say, "Why are you still here?" That's essentially what that is. Hey, you and Daboll were brought together.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Why
are you still around?
Why are we talking to you?
Why am I talking to you?
Yeah.
I thought we're done. I thought I made my point. What? Why are you still here? Is a tough thing to ask somebody. What's he supposed to answer? Pat Leonard. Pat,
I understand your question.
The New York Daily News. I understand why you're asking me. We've been god awful again.
Yep.
And I got to be honest with you. I thought they'd be better. I really, really, really did. I thought they could win a lot of games 17-10, 21-17.
Yep.
And you know what? They were ready to do it, and they just couldn't close. They could not close.
They could have 4 or 5 more wins this year if they just finished games.
And we're healthy, too. But that's what happens in the National Football League. You blow leads in the fourth. You can't stop anybody in the fourth. You can't run it. And you can't win.
I saw that someone did the calculation, and since the boat picture, they're 43, 104, and 1.
Ah, God. When the Giants took Dart, and I'll always be honest here. I just thought, why are they starting Russ instead of Jameis? If Dart's not ready, and then they almost beat your Cowboys. Yeah. If they had only played better defense instead of saying, "Oh, you want Brandon Aubrey to kick from right around midfield? Here, you go for it. You go for it." And then, of course, Aubrey made the 90-yarder to force overtime, and then we all saw what happened after that. And then Russ threw it 15 times out of the back of the end zone against Kansas City. They were done with that. Let's start Dart. Let's win. And then when they win, they lose Neighbors. Then they go into New Orleans the next week and have turnover palooza, lose that one. And then after that, they go home and beat Philadelphia on a short week. And Tango and Cash are starting winning football games. Dart and Scattaboo. And the defense in those wins held the Chargers to 18 and Philadelphia to 17. And without the turnovers, they would have won in New Orleans. And the game in Denver was won, and they blew it. Then they go to Philadelphia, and they lose Scattaboo. Then they lose at home to San Francisco before going to Chicago and having a winnable game again in their midst, only to lose Dart to a concussion, Dart to the sideline, lose that game. Daboll gets fired. They lose 3 in a row. 7 overall. I mean, the difference between Daboll still being there and not is the decision, I think, to start Russ to start the season and start Jameis too late after he's gone, and then defensively not being able to stop anyone in the fourth quarter to lose those games that they could have won, which is maybe why Shane is still there, choosing the next coach of the Giants. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.